vibrations from the universe. And it's the 77 hertz frequency. It is the healing frequency, and it's also a spiritual, universal, wonderful frequency that puts us in the right place, in the right mind, takes us out of the everyday world into our biggest life story. And I think that you don't realize that the moment that you can zoom out into your more powerful story in every small ending, because this weekend, really a lot of people are counting the cost, the casualties, the carelessness, the carefulness, and their cash. So, it's a very, and then now the moon's in Aries, you know. You could see right here, right? The magnetism of Eros. Like today was so good that we had two messages, and we have the aura of Gamma. And what do they look like? There's a fire burning in my heart. It's reaching this fever pitches. Take me out of the dark. Yeah, right? Yeah, the light is here. My advice today is to zoom out into your best story, because what's happening here is that as all these wonderful planets are poised now to go into their direct modes, really, like February is like the biggest kickoff month ever, but we're December. We could pretty much say January now, right? And they come by real fast. And the story now is unfolding. And this is this weekend's astrology. I don't know what to expect. I didn't even expect it doing this. I didn't even look at the astrology right now, except for that, the moon's in Aries. And I had some things to think about, and I was like, you know what? I'm in control of my life. And everything I do with my life is to the balance of myself and with others. And a lot of times, if the cost is to me because it's easier, I have been doing that. But I pick and choose what situations deserve that kind of merit in my life now. And hey, if you're gonna go somewhere in your life, you gotta really prioritize that. Anyways, what's the current moment at the time? Making wise choices, like I said. I saw 7 of Cups at the bottom of that thing. Today's a big day. There are really choices being made today. So, the choice, like I said to you, zoom out if you need some help, because you can see there's lots of roads to choose. There's many things that you can become. There's an open hand here, there's a closed one here, there's someone giving you a finger, right? Someone not sure, someone missing a finger, I don't know. Call it what you want. It represents a lot of things, Where do you get the most whatever you get? And here you are, baby. Sitting on a dock with a big... Not moving your ass. Our ass, my ass. Excuse my arrogance. That's my spiritual self. Yes, right? We've been manifesting this stuff. This is what you want, right? You see this glass is a little empty over there. He's drank all his liquor, but he's got a lot of money. He's got his fruits, and he's ready for the winter. That's you, okay? You've done your work. Material harvest is on the way. Why? Because you're going to funnel this in this right way now. What was the material harvest? It doesn't always have to be that your bank account looks a certain way. It could definitely be your spiritual self now as equipped for you to really hold all of your abundance now in your hands in that way. Why is the cup empty? The cup is empty because it took everything it took for you to get to this point. But you have to understand that you also have to have spiritual dominance. It's not always about the world dominance of 444. Because baby, if you're on that shit, that's Wall Street. If you're with spirituality, it's forever. Get that. Get that. Don't let these dumbasses plug you into their shit. Although you need both to win the game. That's how they made it. We still live on heaven and earth at the same time. That's what it tells you. Yes, and we're going in. So you see, solitude time. Solitude time. I didn't even read this message yet. We'll get to that. I don't know. I just wanted to do this. But that's great. And where we end up here. Yeah. I told you. Because now it's unknown about the future now. It's easy to stay in this little cage. You know what's a cage, what's a trap, right? But at least you're somewhere. Just remember, it's a trap. It's a trap. Don't let comfort make you feel like it's a good thing. It's a trap. That's what it tells you. Come to that idea. Because you are running away from this drama. Look, the world begins without you. You do it anyway. You did it. You crossed the boundary. You got to the new world. You left the people behind. And now here you are. Yeah, on the precipice. You already left. You're just thinking about it. The thing is already over. That's all I have to say. What's this about? Yeah, see? The world begins anew. Things have turned over. And they're being installed. So you see how he's thinking, they're thinking? Yeah. And their choices to be made. Another choice. The seven of is a choice. You know, in the Two of Pentacles, you notice that he's one here, hand there. I mean the paws there, but he's not on the other side yet. So he has yet to make this thing. But that's where we are. And we're going for the dreams. Yeah, the biggest wish of our lives are coming through. True, sorry. And what do we get? We get a Nine of Cups. We're on our way. 10 of Cups makes us happy, but 9 of Cups lets us know we have everything, because 9 and 9, you have everything you need. This is a more spiritual thing more than it is material. Don't count your material. Like I said, it costs you everything to get where you need to go. That's why this guy's glass is empty. And things cost something. You know, when the baby bird hatches out an egg, it has nothing. Be okay with that. Because you, like in our last reading, you were being reborn. And these moments have happened now, and you've made it to the other side. That's why you have choices now. Realize that you've cleared the field. That's what you need to know. Don't let these haters make you feel. Because these codependent people that are in your life are going to make up all kinds of weird forms of traditions to keep you in that form. Just remember, they're like a vine plant without a fucking backbone. And what does any vine plant ever fucking do? It gets on the plant, it wraps it around, and eventually it eats away at every leaf that's on that tree, and suddenly that whole big vine is the framework of that big tree of something it could never become. Why? Because it was so good at sucking the energy away from that tree who really was in its purpose. Get that, let that sink in for you, because that's everybody. That could even be the person who gave birth to you, honey. Get that straight. People want you to be where they want you to be, so their codependence can continue. Alright, so what do we have here in the last bit of the space chakra? So you see, we're internal. You can see that there are choices to be made. There's choices to be made, right? And what's at the heart of the reading? Let's uncover that. A big celebration. I mean, you go from, this is great. You go from 7 of Cups to 3 of Cups, right? So there's a definite decision that comes here to 9 of Cups that you're on your way. See this little fairy running away? Fairy is lucky. The fairy feels like I've done it unscathed. All right, here we are. Wow, Page of Cups. Yes, the roaring emotions is too much. That this page has to now pack up and get off of this. Try to get these emotions under control here, because there's a celebration. You know, these are cups and cups. This is about love. Cups, 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 cups. Wow, this is about love. So it's another weekend love reading. Or listen, It could be everything, like I said to you. A Two of Swords, what do you have? A surrender. You know, a lot of times the Two of Swords, it's crossing its heart, it's crossing its eyes, it's doing all this stuff. But this Two of Swords is a surrender because of the fact that the duality of the two minds that you can have in these kinds of choices here really surrenders to what needs to happen here. You know, as you can see, a celebration is here. So, you know, you need to just follow the star because the star leads to this Nine of Cups. And it's all in this row here. And this is what this person really wants. And they don't know, or you don't know what it is yet. Because we're on the precipice of this new world. What else do we have here in this base? See? A lot of reunion. So the persons here that we're talking about normally would be someone we already know. So, or it could be definitely two people who've had their own coldness, like, you know, in their life, you know, and now here they are. And we have a Knight of Cups. Here he is really doing it. And here's him, what does he do here? Now he's steering the boats now. So first he packed up, and now he's steering the sails of this thing, you know, against this roaring ocean here behind him. The emotions are way too much. It's over the top now. And how do we end this reading? We end the reading winning this thing. Take a bow. And not the Madonna take a bow, not the Rihanna take a bow. Okay? A real take a bow here. You put on quite a show. We put on quite a show. Yeah, this king win. This Knight of Cups wins. We all win. Look at this. Look out. And here we go, a new beginning. A new beginning happens here in this Ace of Swords. Wow. These are sweet. Look. Another Four of Wands, a Six of Pentacles, right? Giving what's needed. And a long wait. And here's the communication. So don't give up on yourself right now. Because Three of Cups has definitely been a serious card here. The Star here is quite a serious card here. The world turning here to be reborn. As you can see, it's the butterfly here representing the world. So it's a transformation that has occurred within our own selves as we're now spiritually strong to get to this Nine of Cups. You can see his Fury is so happy to be in a 9 that she's going to be running for the 10, or he's going to be running for the 10. The 10 is a dream. And that is our reading for today. Enjoy this weekend reading. Have a nice day. Bye.